Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of upcoming episode of Soul Land 2 Peerless Tang Men. So let's start. It's a big palace-like building. The golden glazed tiles shine brightly in the sun. The antique style of the palace's golden roof and red door makes people feel solemn. Looking from a distance, there are foggy swamps and 4 kilns. Like a piece of brick, it covers an area so vast that you cannot see the end at a glance. On the 5-foot-high front door, there are 3 big characters of the Duke's mansion. This huge mansion, with an area of more than 3,000 acres, does not belong to anyone. The city was built separately 50 miles northwest of Xingluo City, the capital of the Star Luo Empire. From this, it can be seen how respected the owner of this mansion is in the Star Luo Empire. At this time, the sun is shining brightly on the golden glazed tiles. The entire Duke's mansion was covered in a layer of dazzling gold. Even if viewed from the top of Star Luo City, it was still faintly visible. The back door on the north side of the Duke's mansion opened silently, and a thin figure slipped out quietly. It was a watchman. He is about 11 or 12 years old, with a well-proportioned and moderate build. He is dressed in a simple grey cloth and is clean, with a small burden on his back. His short black hair looks neat and tidy. His handsome face reveals a determination beyond his peers. Gently after closing the back door of the Duke's mansion, the young man quickly walked out a few steps, then stopped suddenly, turned back to look at the Duke's mansion. His deep blue eyes showed deep hatred. "Mom, your soul in heaven, look at it, no matter how much effort you put in. One day, I will come back and trample everything here under my feet. From now on, I will change my surname to Hui Yu Hao according to your surname." After saying this, he took a deep look at the Duke's mansion again, turned around, and left without hesitation. Walking in the direction of Star Luo City in the southeast of the Duke's mansion, but running to the north, the small figure gradually faded away under the strong sunlight at noon. Feeling that the Duke's mansion has a wide official road in any direction, Hui Yu Hao ran forward, but his eye circles gradually turned red. "Mom." Unconsciously, the reluctance on the expression of his mother when he passed away reappeared in his mind. "I cannot help clenching my teeth. Be strong, I must be strong. My mother taught me that people can only rely on themselves. Only by being strong can we live better." The scenes that have happened since I can remember have been flashing through Hui Yu Hao's mind. Hui Yu Hao's mother is the Duke's personal maid. Growing up with the Duke since childhood, the personal servant girl originally existed to serve the master. One night 12 years ago, Hui Yu Hao quietly appeared in his mother's womb. Once conceived in October, the Duke's son in the mansion is not good, it's not too bad. The mother no longer works as a maid. The mother is more expensive than the son, and she has her own small yard. Everything should have lived in peace, but who knows, disaster will come soon. The Duke is going out to fight on behalf of the Star Luo Empire. The Duchess is in charge of all the affairs of the palace. The Duchess already has a son and a daughter. All factors that may affect her children in the future are all within the scope of her suppression. The Duke is fine when he is in the palace. Hui Yu Hao's mother grew up with the Duke since she was a child, and she was very much loved by the Duke. She has always been jealous of the Duchess, and immediately became the primary target. The Duchess, on the grounds that Hui Yu Hao's mother was suffering from a contagious disease, they drove their mother and son to live in a firewood house behind the servants' quarters, and cut off all their sources of income. At that time, Hui Yu Hao was only 2 years old. The hard life made Hui Yu Hao's mother's poor health gradually collapse. What's more, the Duchess' servants suppressed her from time to time. Hui Yu Hao's mother finally fell ill when Hui Yu Hao was 10 years old and died suddenly. The Doluo continent was greatly enlarged due to the collision of the Sun-Moon continent that floated from the Western Sea more than 4,000 years ago. At the same time, it also caused frequent wars in the mainland. Thousands of years ago, there were only 2 countries in the Doluo continent, Qiando and Xingluo, but today, the original Doluo continent has become 3 countries. The Star Luo Empire still exists, but the royal family is easy. Lord, fortunately, they quelled all the kingdoms in the country at that time, unified Xingluo, and became the strongest force, while the Heaven Do Empire finally split into the Sky Soul Empire and the Doling Empire, from the Sun Moon continent in the west, because the big kingdoms at that time were too big to lose. It has a vast area and abundant resources. It is slightly smaller than the Doluo continent, but there is only one country, which is the Sun-Moon Empire. After the two continents collided, the war started immediately. The three major countries on the Doluo continent mobilized their coalition forces under the same hatred. It took nearly 20 years. In the War of 2000, the Sun-Moon Empire was finally defeated, and the mainland was unified as Doluo. Relying on their own advantages and the conflicts between the three major empires on the original Doluo continent, the four parties gradually formed a stalemate, but stable situation, but wars happened year after year. Because the Duke often stepped on the battlefield, he had little time in the mansion, and Hu Yuhao and his son were in the mansion. Under the deliberate concealment of the Duchess, he was gradually forgotten by him. When the Duke asked about it, the Duchess only said that Hu Yuhao's mother was suffering from a serious illness. Hu Yuhao's mother took great pains to raise him. Soul is the ability that everyone on the Doluo continent possesses. Although the development direction of the Sun-Moon Empire is different from that of the other three kingdoms, the martial soul is also fundamental. Everyone is born with a martial soul, which can be awakened at the age of 6. The martial soul can be anything, such as utensils, animals, etc. Animal spirits are generally called beast spirits. Except for beast spirits, other types of spirits are collectively called weapon spirits. Of course, there are some special mutant spirits. After awakening, only a very small number of people's martial soul will bring a special power called soul power, and only those who have soul power when awakened can cultivate into the most noble profession on the Doluo continent. Soul Master. Soul Master is divided into 9 classes. From low to high, they are Soul Scholar, Soul Master, Great Soul Master, Soul Venerable, Soul Sect, Soul King, Soul Emperor, Soul Saint, Contra and Title Doluo. The terrifying strength of moving mountains and filling seas, fighting and turning stars. Soul power from level 1 to level 10 belongs to the category of soul warriors. The stronger the innate soul power that appears when the martial soul is awakened, the better the talent after becoming a soul master, and the faster the cultivation speed will be. Hurry up, if the soul power is at level 10 when awakening, then he is the most gifted innate full soul power, also known as a genius soul master. As long as the martial soul itself is not too bad, he will have great achievements. But he did not inherit the powerful martial soul belonging to the Duke's lineage. Otherwise, even if the Duchess does not like him anymore, as long as he has the Duke's lineage's martial soul, he must report to the Duke. From then on, the fate of Hu Yuhao and his mother will also change. Unfortunately, Hu Yuhao's martial soul, however, there is an extremely rare mutation, the Soul Eye. This is Hu Yuhao's martial soul. There is a small classification of martial souls, which he has already started to prepare for the purpose of obtaining the soul ring. In the backpack, apart from a change of clothes, there are also some dry food, a little money and a short knife saved by his mother doing rough work in the mansion over the years, and most importantly, there is also a simple map of the mainland. Both the Duke's mansion and Star Luo City are located in Star Luo. In the north-central part of the empire, where Hu Yuhao chose to hunt soul beasts, is in the northern part of the Star Luo Empire, the Star Do forest bordering the Heavenly Soul Empire. In this forest that occupies almost the size of a province, there are many types of soul beasts. The existence of super-powerful soul beasts. If anyone knows that Hu Yuhao, who is only 11 years old, dared to go to the Star Do forest alone without the company of his teacher, he will be shocked by his overreaching. He does not have a soul skill. Even if he meets in 10 years, the soul beast may not be able to defeat it. The road was straight, and Hu Yuhao was walking quickly along the side of the road. Although he was young, he was already a 10th level soul warrior, and his physical strength was much better than that of ordinary adults. As he walked forward, Hu Yuhao looked far away. The pair of dark blue eyes instantly became clearer, with faint halos flowing. Ever since the awakening of his spiritual eyes, Hu Yuhao discovered that his eyesight was far superior to that of ordinary people. He can see many details that others cannot clearly see when he is close, and he can see the 2 eyes of ordinary people when he is far away. With the improvement of soul power, eyesight is still improving. It is precisely because of the changes in the body with the increase of cultivation base that it also makes him more firm in what his mother said, a soul master must become a soul master. My mother said that if I could have a soul ring, then I would be a control-type soul master. My martial soul is not bad, but my talent is poor. I will spend more time than others working hard on cultivation. With the support of this firm belief, Hu Yuhao practiced as he walked forward. When he was thirsty, he would find some mountain spring water to drink. When he was hungry, he would eat some rough cakes that he brought with him. Besides traveling, he would meditate. Considering his age, it was a miracle that he was able to travel 300 miles in one day. 7 silver soul coins and 5 copper soul coins are extremely economical to spend. Since the end of the battle between the Doluo continent and the Sun-Moon continent, the mainland has undergone thousands of years of evolution, and the currency has been completely unified. 1 gold soul coin is equal to 10 silver soul coins, and 100 copper soul coins. In order to let him eat better, his mother would occasionally sneak out of the Duke's mansion with him to find some fruits and wild vegetables in the woods outside to eat. So Xiao Yuhao knew quite a lot of plant species, and often he even bought the cheapest pancakes. Reluctant to buy it, he searched for some food from the woods on the side of the road. After all, it was the first time for Hu Yuhao to go out. Even though there was a map to guide him, he still inevitably went the wrong way several times. He found the right path again. As the saying goes, it is better to travel thousands of miles than to read thousands of books. After a few days, he himself felt that he had learned a lot. He was less oppressed and restrained in the Duke's mansion, and his mood improved a lot. The novel things he saw along the way excited him. After all, he is still young, and his body recovers quickly. He does not feel tired when he travels. Instead, he is like a bird out of the cage. He is happy for the first time after his mother passed away. Then look at the direction pointed by the tree shadows on both sides of the road. He concluded that he is very close to the Star Doe forest. Wiping off the sweat from his forehead, Hu Yuhao walked into the woods beside the road and found a shaded place to sit down and meditate. After recovering his physical strength, the sound of running water suddenly sounded, causing Hu Yuhao, who was about to sit down, to jump up excitedly. Having water means that his life can be improved. With his eyes closed, Hu Yuhao quietly listened to the direction of the sound of running water. As the owner of a spiritual martial soul, his 6 senses are much stronger than ordinary people, especially when he closes his eyes. The other 5 senses will be amplified somewhat. Soon he found the direction and walked carefully in the woods. His caution was not because the ground in the woods was uneven, but because he was afraid that the clothes would be cut by thorns. The clothes were made by his mother for him. Within 200 meters, I found my goal. A small stream with a width of about 3 meters. The water in the stream is crystal clear. The clear stream water brings a refreshing coolness. Hu Yuhao cheered, took off his clothes quickly, and jumped into the stream water less than 2 feet deep. The last time he took a bath was 2 days ago. The 2 days of traveling had already left him covered in sweat. Taking a bath in this clear stream water was simply the most refreshing enjoyment. It was a joyful bath. When he went ashore again, his whole body was full of sweat. It's a refreshing feeling, thinking to myself, anyway, we're almost at the Star Doe forest, so let's take a good rest here. He changed into the clean clothes in his bag, washed the dirty clothes in the stream, hung them on a tree branch, and broke another one. A tree branch about 3 feet long. With his right hand, he took out a short blade with a sheath from the back of his waist. The short blade was about 1 foot, or 2 inches long. The scabbard was dark green and made of tough leather. Hu Yuhao didn't know what kind of spirit beast it was. It is animal leather. He only knows that this short blade is the only gift from his father to his mother. It has always been regarded as a treasure by his mother. It was not until the moment before his death that he gave this short blade to Hu Yuhao. The handle is about 5 inches long and there is nothing gorgeous about it. The decoration gives people a sense of simplicity. It not only fits well in the hand, but also is very comfortable. When the knife is drawn out of the sheath, there is no sound at all. The blade about 7 inches long is like a pool of autumn water. The thin blade seems to be transparent. Hu Yuhao couldn't help shivering. White Tiger Dagger is the name his mother told him. Hu Yuhao looked at White Tiger Dagger, and the excitement in his eyes suddenly turned into deep sadness. From the shining blade, he seemed to see his mother's figure again. Take it. Picking up the tree branch that was just broken off, the White Tiger Dagger cut down the front end of the tree branch, and the blade exuding a faint green light slashed across the tree branch, Just like cutting into tofu without hindrance, the front end of the tree branch was cut sharp. Hu Yuhao put the white tiger dagger back into the scabbard, pinned it on his waist again, took a tree branch and came to the creek, took a deep breath, his eyes lit up, and all the details in the clear water of the stream magnified in his eyes. The subtle changes in the flow, even the small shrimps in the crevices of the river bottom, cannot escape the attention of the spirit eyes, and all of this slows down in his eyes. Suddenly, Hu Yuhao's hand is like lightning, and the branch in his hand quickly forks into the stream. He raised his hand and turned his wrist, and he speared a half-foot-long herring. For ordinary people, spearing a fish is definitely a skill, but for Hu Yuhao, who has the accurate positioning of his spiritual eyes, it is extremely easy. This is why the reason why he was so excited, when he heard the sound of running water, was that he had not eaten any other meat in the past 6 days other than catching fish himself. Of course, a small fish was not enough for him to eat. It only took a while for Hu Yuhao to fork it from the river. Dozens of half-foot to 1-foot long herrings, it's great, at least enough to last for 2 days, and it won't spoil easily after being roasted. Hu Yuhao happily squatted by the stream and used the white tiger dagger to help clean up all these herrings. The sharp white tiger dagger, whether it is scraping scales or disemboweling, it is easy and pleasant. For Hu Yuhao, who has worked with his mother since he was a child, this kind of work is not difficult. In a quarter of an hour, a dozen fish are all processed. Wash the leaves in the stream, put the washed fish on top, and find some dry branches as firewood. After a while, a small bonfire was lit by the stream. The seasoning on Hu Yuhao's body was only salt, but it was enough for grilled fish. Enough. He made a few small shelves out of thick branches, put the cleaned herring on thin branches, rubbed salt into the herring's stomach, and took out a leaf called perilla that he picked in the woods a few days ago from the bag. Washed, shredded, and stuffed into the belly of the herring, and then the processed fish was grilled on the grill made of thick branches. After a short time, a special fragrance began to diffuse over the fire. It is very rich, and has a kind of temptation that belongs only to it. As Hu Yuhao slowly flipped it, the herring gradually turned golden yellow. With the strong aroma, it was very tempting. For the first time, Hu Yuhao only grilled 2 fishes, and the other fish were grilled first. If you handle it well, if you bake too much at one time, it is easy to have problems with the control of the heat. It's so fragrant. At this moment, a pleasant cry of surprise sounded. The sound was clear and pleasant, but Hu Yuhao was startled. He looked in the direction from which the sound came, and saw 2 people walking along the side of the stream. The one walking in front was a girl who looked she looks 5 or 6 years old, with long black hair combed into a ponytail, and hanging behind her back, and a light blue outfit that outlines her youthful atmosphere. Dan-feng eyes, big and lively eyes, a straight nose bridge, a nearly perfect oval face, and a beautiful face with a look of surprise. He stared straight at Hu Yuhao's grilled fish. Behind the girl was a boy who seemed to be about the same age as her. Jewel-like luster. Although he is not very old, he looks elegant. There is a lazy and gentle smile on his handsome face. He holds the back of his head with his hands and looks at Hu Yuhao with interest. However, what he was looking at was people, not grilled fish. The girl who was walking in front had already jumped up to Hu Yuhao in 3 steps and 2 steps, and said with a salivating expression, "Little brother, do you sell this grilled fish? It's so delicious, are you? How did you do it?" Hu Yuhao has never seen such a beautiful girl. In the Duke's mansion, there are even many beautiful maids, but he has never been in close contact with her before. Moreover, none of the women in the Duke's mansion can compare with this girl in front of him. This girl is not absolutely beautiful and flawless, but she has the temperament of a belle spirit. Hu Yuhao blushed and said, I treat you to eat." The girl smiled and said, "Little brother, you are still shy. You're welcome." As she spoke, she stretched out her hand to take the grilled fish that Hu Yuhao handed over, and sat aside in a disfigured way, shouting while eating carefully. The boy who was with the girl had also walked over at this time with a face full of helplessness. He first raised his hand to greet Hu Yuhao, and then said to the girl, "Little brother Xiaoya hasn't eaten yet, but you started to eat first." Xiaoya's beautiful eyes widened and she said angrily, "What did you call me?" Putting up her hands in a gesture of surrender, "Okay, teacher Xiaoya, please go to the head office." Xiaoya rolled his eyes at him and said, "It's almost time to pay attention to your identity." Although she is not very old, this glance is full of charm, and the young man can't help but look at it. Hu Yuhao, who was standing next to him, didn't dare to look at it anymore, and handed the other grilled fish to the young man, saying, "Brother, please eat too." "Did you catch it from the river?" Hu Yuhao nodded and said, "It's okay, I can still grill it." He stood up and stuffed the grilled fish to the young man, and skillfully put the other 2 grilled fishes on the wooden rack to continue grilling. The young man smiled gently and said, "My name is Bei Bei, her name is Tang Ya, little brother, what's your name?" "My name is Hu Yuhao," Hu Yuhao replied while earnestly grilling fish. Travelers have also received a lot of help from them. Therefore, when Tang Ya asked him to eat grilled fish, Hu Yuhao handed her the grilled fish without hesitation. These days, he has learned that when you go out, you need to help each other. Sitting down next to him, his movements of eating the grilled fish are much more elegant than Tang Ya's, at least he won't get oil all over his hands. Under her intense gaze, she still snatched one, but this time Bei Bei refused to eat any more, and signaled Hu Yuhao to eat first. Hu Yuhao was already hungry, and while continuing to grill the fish, he ate one himself, although the seasoning was only simple perilla and salt. But the taste of the grilled fish is extremely delicious. Although the size of more than a dozen fish is not large, the total amount is quite a lot, but they were all eaten by the 3 of them. "It's so delicious. I have never eaten such a good grilled fish. No, I'll hire you as a chef, okay?" Tang Ya lay down on the grass, stretched contentedly, showing her curves, but didn't notice it. Bei Bei looked at her and scratched her head, but there was nothing she could do. "Are you rich?" "Teacher Xiaoya." Bei Bei poured cold water and said, "There will be some time later." Tang Ya sat up in embarrassment and glared at Bei Bei, as if she was very dissatisfied with his tearing down the stage. Hu Yuhao stood up and said, "Brother Bei, Sister Tang, I have to go first." Bei said, "Brother Hua, this is in the wilderness and not far from the Star Do forest where spirit beasts haunt. Where are you going?" Hu Yuhao shook his head, took off the clothes that were basically dry on the branches, put them in his backpack, and asked. The 2 smiled, waved goodbye, turned and left under Tang Ya's somewhat surprised gaze. "Is he going to the Star Forest?" Tang Ya looked at Hu Yuhao's leaving back, and said thoughtfully. Bei Bei shook her head and said, "It's hard to say. I can vaguely feel that he has soul power, but he is very weak, but he looks like he is alone." "Strange." Tang Ya stuck out her tongue and said, "You have soul power, why don't you absorb into our Tang sect?" Bei Bei said angrily, "You don't want to absorb others because their grilled fish is delicious, do you?" Tang Ya was told something was on her mind. Her pretty face flushed, she stuck out her tongue at Bei Bei, and Bei Bei said, "This little brother Hua must have had some kind of experience. From his eyes, he can see that he is far more mature than his peers, but I don't know. What's the talent?" Tang Ya said with joy on her face, "So you agree?" Bei Bei smiled wryly and said, "The great Tang sect master, Miss Tang Ya, before you accepted me as an apprentice, the Tang sect was only you, a poor commander, and your ambition is to strengthen the Tang sect. Of course, if there is a suitable person, you must recruit this brother Hua. It looks quite calm. If the talent is not bad, it is also a choice. From his clothes, it can be seen that his family background should not be very good. Our Tang sect can absorb such disciples now." Tang Ya looked at Bei with some curiosity. Bei Bei said, "I can't see that you are quite cunning." Bei Bei stood up, dusted off his clothes and said, "This is smart or you say wise, and I can accept it." Episode 1 Part 1 end here.